For the first time tonight, we've learned what investigators believe are the facts about how Michael Jackson died. It's a shocking account of his last hours. Drug following drug following drug. So many drugs that Jackson's heart could no longer take it. In an attempt to get Michael Jackson to sleep, he was given enough sedatives to kill him. Mike Von Fremd reports from Los Angeles.
Today, court documents filed by police in Houston seeking to raid the home, office, and storage facility of Jackson's personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, were released. After weeks of leaks and speculation, for the first time, we know the details of what police and the coroner believe happened in those fateful last 24 hours of Jackson's life. A police affidavit says Dr. Conrad Murray told Los Angeles detectives he had been treating Jackson for 6 weeks for insomnia, giving him 50 milligrams of propofol every night through an IV to help Jackson sleep. Dr. Murray told investigators he feared Jackson was getting addicted, so he reduced the dosage to 25 milligrams just 2 days prior to Jackson's death.
You don't use propofol to wean somebody, but propofol literally is just simply used to put someone to sleep. And if you give too much, it can be lethal, and you can have exactly what happened here.
The papers say that Dr. Murray gave Jackson Valium at 1:30 a.m., and that Murray said the Valium did not work, so he gave the singer an IV injection of lorazepam, an anti-anxiety drug, about a half an hour later.
In the case of lorazepam, however, although it's in the blood for a short time, its effect can actually persist. And that persisting when putting another drug on top of it is where you have a greater potential for disaster.
At 3:30 a.m., Dr. Murray reportedly told police Jackson was still awake, so he then gave him midazolam, a sedative, pushing it slowly into his IV. Jackson remained awake, and at approximately 5 a.m., Murray administered another 2 milligrams of lorazepam.
If you give this combination of drugs and you're not aware of the potential interactions between them, that's how you can get in trouble. Because any one of them can be lethal on their own, but putting them together raises the chances of them being lethal considerably.
At 7:30, Jackson was still awake, so Dr. Murray injected another dose of midazolam. Murray stated he was continually at Jackson's bedside and was monitoring him with a pulse meter connected to Jackson's finger. Murray gave Jackson more drugs. He says at 10:40 a.m. he administered 25 milligrams of propofol. Dr. Murray told investigators Jackson repeatedly demanded the drug. After giving Jackson the powerful drug, Dr. Murray reportedly told investigators he left Jackson's side to go to the restroom and relieve himself. Murray stated he was out of the room for about 2 minutes maximum. Upon his return, Murray noticed that Jackson was no longer breathing.
Walking out of the room after administering a combination of medications such as this is completely unacceptable and absolutely dangerous.
Murray began immediately single-man CPR, and at some point, Dr. Murray says he asked some of Jackson's staff to send up Prince Jackson, the eldest son. Then Murray continued performing CPR. The affidavit claims that Dr. Murray estimated that he noticed that Jackson was not breathing at around 11 a.m., although today Murray's attorney denied this account. If it was 11 a.m. that Jackson stopped breathing, that is significant because Murray's cellular telephone records show he was on the cell phone for 47 minutes with 3 separate calls from 11:18 to 12:05. The 911 call did not come until 12:21 p.m. Murray does not appear to have mentioned this to the interviewing detectives.
The doctor was on his cell phone for an extended period of time. If you have the most famous patient in the world, practically dead, within a few feet of you, you would think that you'd be attending to the patient rather than spending 45 minutes on your cell phone. So that was a little bizarre.
Jackson's son Prince alerted security, who went to the aid of Dr. Murray and called 911. The ambulance arrived soon after, but medics were unable to revive Jackson. He was pronounced dead at UCLA Medical Center at 2:26 p.m. Murray refused to sign the death certificate. Dr. Murray told investigators other doctors had administered propofol to Jackson, including Las Vegas doctor David Adams. Dr. Murray says he was at a cosmetologist's office where Dr. Adams gave Jackson propofol. Investigators found 8 bottles of propofol in Jackson's house after he died, but they do not know where it was purchased. Dr. Conrad Murray finally broke his silence last week when he released a video statement thanking friends and patients who have stuck by him.
I have done all I could do. I told the truth, and I have faith the truth will prevail.
It may be some time before Dr. Murray is arrested, but legal experts say he will likely be charged with involuntary manslaughter, and experts say he has no hope of ever reviving his medical career. For Nightline, Mike Von Fremd, ABC News, Los Angeles.